It should be up shortly.
Yep, can
There
see
we
it.
are.
Oh,
Big
Cool.
excite.
Alrighty. So I'm also recording this so that we can upload a little podcast-like discussion in case people miss it, because it's not going to be a long stream.
okay.
But we're going to be doing our raffle. Alright, let me pull up the list of names that qualified for the raffle and go to Wheel of Names. The Wheel of Names. Okay. So, I'm also going to pull up our talking points and cover those real quick while people are joining the stream, because that's what they're there for, is the raffle. And a couple of talking points. So, we had 140 entries. Some of these were duplicates. Huh?
It's so colorful.
Colorful?
Yes,
The wheel, I think.
Oh, yeah. Some of these were alt accounts. Some of these were people who had keys already. Some people farmed a lot. And it was really interesting to see everyone who entered. 95% qualified for the raffle. There were only 7 entries that were less than 100 keys and didn't have an exclusive represented. But because there were also some really large samples, like one person had 1124 keys in a single video. We haven't quite reviewed that one yet. But that means that our total keys open was just over 14,000. So some really awesome data that we're still getting through right now.
Yeah, writing this down
it takes time.
Take a while.
Yeah. The smallest entry was 4 keys. There were 2 submissions that entered just 4 YOLO keys, and one of them actually got 2 exclusives and qualified.
Yeah, I saw that.
The other one did not.
Insane luck.
So the total value of the prizes that we handed out for this event after the raffle is going to be 6,500 gold. So really cool to give that out to the community, though. Looking at the accounts of some of the folks that entered, they don't necessarily all need it.
Yes.
There's definitely some heavy farmers and wealthy players in our entries, but you know, some of them that definitely are going to appreciate the gold, and if they win any of the raffle prizes today. So regarding the future data publish, as I mentioned, we kind of have a lot of entries to go through. We're about 25% of the way through. We have 3,000 keys recorded, and we had to take a pause on recording the data in detail to make sure that we reviewed the entries for the gold rewards this week. But we're hoping to get through this as soon as possible so we can do our analysis and publish publicly the data that we've gathered. We've got some kind of interesting questions that we want to answer, mostly related to exclusives, which is a big reason why we wanted lots of people to participate and not just really high key amounts. Probably 5 or 6 people messaged me telling me about Shellowfrag's 5,000 key opening, and while that's really cool and it's definitely bigger than our biggest entry, he would get the exclusives like almost instantly, and then it would just give us data on the other drops, which are, valuable data, but like, if you're opening a Black Lion chest, then you're probably going for the exclusive. Hopefully you're not just the hopium for a contract, because they're really rare. But we did get some of those exclusives, or those not exclusives, super rares in this data set. We have at least one trading post merchant. I think a hair dye contract was in there. I think 2 bank contracts, at least.
One of which was my own data that I collected.
Yeah, one of them was from Zalisi. So we'll have some representation from those, which will be interesting. This is a question that I set up initially to answer, is how many keys would give you a 95/99% chance of unlocking some or all of the exclusives, because I really want to exceed ANET's release cycle in production, and so I need to know how many keys I need on average to get all of their new releases. So that's a question that we'll try to answer with the data that we have. We have noticed that the potentially the exclusives make it less likely to get the other drops when you have not yet unlocked them. You're very likely to get the exclusive rather than another skin or uncommon drop. So we'll be looking at the drop rate of that both before and after you unlock the exclusives. And then the mount skin was unique to this chest. And not against all other chests, but it's an exclusive that's not really exclusive because you can get it in the gem store. Basically, there's always
additional.
Yeah, it's like unofficial exclusive territory.
It behaves like one.
It behaves very much like one, where when you unlock it, you can't get it again. It's account bound. But then it also isn't actually exclusive, and it's an additional skin that's thrown in on top of the 2 true exclusives. So we wanted to get data on that, since it was showing up for a lot of people, and it wasn't very clear from our notes that the mount wasn't a true exclusive. So we had some entries that just unlocked the mount, and we didn't want to exclude them from, like qualification for the event. So the unfortunate thing about that, and we can talk about this next, is that when you hover over it from the preview window, the mount does not show you unlock status. The little tooltip doesn't say unlocked or locked. So we're trying to do some follow-up with people, make sure that we know whether or not things were unlocked if you didn't get it in the video, just to improve the quality of the data, and so we can categorize your polls correctly based on unlock status. So if you have received a mail on that, you'll know. Other than that, should we talk about the data disclaimers?
Probably a good idea.
All right, so there's a couple of disclaimers that'll end up being on this data. They aren't huge ones as far as I'm concerned, but they do matter. The first one, it was beta. We don't know whether or not ANET would have bothered to change the drop rates. It's likely that they didn't, because dev time is expensive, and why do it on that? But there's all likelihood that they knew that we were doing this, because they have people on Reddit. And so we don't know for 100% sure that this will match up with live stats. That will come in time. Also, there's likely some reporting bias in smaller samples. So I mentioned those people who YOLO'd 4 keys. We're really glad that the one who didn't get the exclusive still submitted their results, even though it really only amounted to 60 silver in prizes, because it shows that the data bias isn't universal, but we expect that if there are other people who had just like 2 or 3 keys, YOLO'd them for an exclusive to qualify, might not have considered it worth the effort to upload and make a submission. So we likely got 100% of the people who did get the exclusive, but not all the people who didn't. So we were worried about that from the beginning, which is why we have the per key reward, so that even if you didn't get the exclusive, you could win something from participating and sending us the data. But that data bias is likely going to skew things lower, and we're thinking about doing an analysis with a minimum size of samples to try and mitigate that. But that's probably the largest asterisk on this data set, because we actually have a pretty good data or spreadsheet for validating our results, and it has a lot of checksums and custom formatting to tell us when there's a manual error. But we are just manually entering the data from the videos that were sent in. So there is potential for human error. But we're trying to mitigate that as much as possible.
Which is why also it's taking so much time.
Yes, also that.
You cannot rush it, so.
Yeah. And then lastly, even though we're going to try to use this data to make decisions on live, stats are never a guarantee, so take that with a grain of salt. All right. Some interesting things that we noted. So I did 5 accounts of key farming to get an exclusive, just to add my contribution. That was 670 map completes, and I recorded 209 keys dropped from that, which is about 31%. And with the binomial distribution formula, that gives you a 95% confidence interval of plus or minus 3.5%. So the key drop chance is very likely 30%, which agrees with Wiki's data as well. I always tell you to not trust Wiki data, but if you can verify it, it's not all bad. It's just difficult to verify. So, last thing,
the bonus status.
The common drops. So, let me drag the sheet over.
Left and right drop table.
Yeah. So we've got our data sheet so far. So there's actually a left drop pool and a right drop pool in the Black Lion chest. So you'll never get a die kit along with a revive orb, because they're both in the left drop pool. So this is something that we noticed with the last beta. If you open enough chests, you probably noticed this already, but if this is opening as many chests is new to you, then you might not have known this.
You might want to scroll up so it's more visible.
Let me see what does it look like on the stream. Sorry. Oh, zoom in, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
tiny numbers. Hang on.
You and your high resolution.
What is it? View.
Yeah.
I know. Zoom. Let's go 200%. Sure. This is gonna make everything super big, but
it's really nice for the stream though.
That's good.
Yeah. Now.
So we've recorded 3,152 so far, and we're preparing to do analyses, like filtering on when the polls where only certain number of exclusives have been unlocked, and it's going to be pretty great. Let's see. Oh, ha! Yeah, let's hide my face.
Yeah.
That's what I look like IRL.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, now we can actually see.
Yeah. So this will be published in our proper analysis, but just as a quick preview and to just show the right and left common drop pools. Wanted to include this in the video.
That's interesting that you cannot get this like this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the statues.
Yeah, the
which are not
statuettes. When you preview the chest in game, I'm not on a character that can preview it, or that has a chest. When you preview it in game, you only have
Open trading post.
2 statuettes in the preview, but you can get 3 or 4. So that's something that.
Yeah, from the trading post you can.
You'll see. Hang on.
I can just link one for you, and you can do that.
Yeah.
Black Lion.
There you go. Just use the guild
you.
chat.
It only shows 2 statuettes, but you can get 3 or 4. So slightly higher drop rate on statuettes. Not enough to make it worth.
Interesting that they didn't include that.
Yeah, that they don't show it in the preview. It is interesting. Alrighty. I think that covers our interesting things and talking points. 15 minutes in, we can get to our raffles.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, we've got. Let me pull up the event doc as well, because the picture. Black Lion chest.
Yeah, we might see that 3 to 4 statuettes number change. Sorry, I'm just reading what chat's mentioning about. They said it's strange that 4 statuettes seems to have a strictly higher drop rate compared to 3. But as we go through the data, we might see that number change.
Yeah, and if we hold up, what did I do?
Because like, see, that's like a 22 and a 24. Like, those are so close to each other for the sample size. It's probably not representative yet. Because
this is with all drops here as well. So within 10 is not a huge spread. I guess this is within 12. So
they very well may have the same drop rate. Like, you might say you get statuettes and then just chooses a random like 1 or like 2, 3, or 4.
Yep, that could be the case.
It might work that way.
Okay.
So yeah, like we'll see as we continue the analysis and writing stuff down.
Alrighty, so we previewed this picture of the prize chart. We mapped it out to 500 participants, but had no idea how much participation we would get. But we did get 140 entries, which means 7 of these Desert King skins will be raffled off. 2 of these magical skins, as well as the Frostfang and the Bard, will be raffled off today. So I think without further ado, we should start raffling. So we're gonna go through the Desert King and magical skins first, then we'll move on to raffling off Bard, and then Frostfang last. Everyone will be eligible for the Frostfang, but the other prizes, each person can only win once. So, for the Desert King skins and Magical King skins, since we didn't unlock a full set, we're going to let folks choose what skin they want. And then, obviously for Bard and for the Frostfang, those are preset. So, let's go ahead and raffle off the first Desert King skin. Also worth noting that people do not need to be present, so if folks are not on the stream, we've got Stormy1852. I'm going to message in game. Desert Kin skin. Thank you for typing that in chat.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
You said which price? I bet he's gonna be confused.
I'll
which
send it.
skin. Yeah,
I'll send another. I'll send another mail to him in a sec.
Also, we can just write the names down right now and send it after.
Yeah, that'll probably be better. Alright, Dragon A win 4869. I'll type it in chat here. Desert King Skin.
I can write this down.
Oh, that's Stormy. I apparently didn't copy this. Lamau.
You have to spin correctly.
Alright.
Okay, the first one, I got it. Second one, got it. Go, 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 go.
Gotta go fast.
Yep.
Reiki 7895.
Nice.
So while Shine is doing this, the fun reason why we even started thinking about this concept was because we were chatting about the skin, the exclusives around the time of the sales, and he and I did some napkin math trying to figure out how many skins or how many Bloodline keys based on the anecdotal numbers we'd heard about how often you get exclusives. So based on that, I decided to go with number 75, and I was going to start collecting data every time the chest rotated to see how long it took me to get an exclusive. And then during after one of the betas we were collecting data unrelated to this, we started talking about what if we tried to make this more than just us collecting it, because we could collect our own Blackline chest data if we wanted. But what if we tried to ask other people to do the same? So we started thinking well, how can we incentivize it? What could we do to get anyone interested? And that's really where this raffle came from. Really the idea for this project originated.
Alright, so that's 6. One more Desert
skins?
King skin.
I lost count. Counting while talking is hard.
Understandable.
6 so far. One more.
It ruins all the suspense when I hear you say it in Discord before I see it show up on
the
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the Desert
Kings. Remember your head.
Okay, now magical skins.
Magical skins.
I'm writing this down, so don't worry.
Alright, okay. We're gonna have multiple
verified copies of
who won.
As long as we paste each other, I can copy.
Good stuff. Okay.
And as long as if you're saving the recording on Twitch, then your chat log will show up too.
Buy a rogue.
More your rogue.
Okay.
Alright, and one more magical skin.
Yeah, then Precursor, Bard, and then Frostfang.
It's a shame we were only 10 away from Dawn.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have asked you to farm on more of your alts to bring up. Because I think with my alts, it would have. I don't think my alts are in that list, so it's 145 with my accounts in there. And that would have unlocked another.
Mine, because I did put mine in.
It is including your one, but that's fine.
We'll get another beta, right?
We have another beta. We need to discuss whether or not we need to get more data in the next beta.
I would like to.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Then there's a decent chance that there will be a beta
Just
for
without.
Black Lion
Yeah.
Chest event, which will, I think, just continue on with prizes and have similar rewards. We'll probably make a minimum entry and reduce the maximum entry, because 100 keys, most people were just unlocking all of the skins.
Yeah, 50 would be nice as a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can discuss that off
Yeah,
here.
we'll discuss the, and we'll also the chest will likely rotate next
Yeah,
Tuesday.
most likely we won't have 3 exclusives, which is
Yes.
also nice.
Yeah, that'll
Yes.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Because that'll
If
be
they don't put another skin in.
exactly. If they don't have another mount skin to go in, then we're hoping that gives us better, different data on what happens when you only have 2 exclusives.
Yeah, that will be great to have.
All right.
And hopefully
So
we just learn that they're just treated like exclusives.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be really, really fun trying to figure out what the difference is.
Bovan,
Anyway.
for the exclusives, that's the data that we're most interested in, but obviously we didn't exclude any data from this event, and we won't exclude for any one in the next event. So do as you would. We're finding
Yeah.
that it seems like you'll have a higher chance of getting an exclusive if you don't have any unlocked. So for folks that want to do like 20 or 50 keys and try to get it at a time, that might be a strategy optimization, but nah. We're not too worried about that many people having them unlocked.
Yeah, because data is still data, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If people don't care whether or not
So-
they unlock stuff and they want to ask us for a preference, we'd prefer that we have less unlocked, so wait. But
Yeah, like
don't stress it too much.
if you
Yeah, we
want
cannot
to,
force anyone.
if
You
you
wanna
don't
make
care about
sure.
opening before versus after the beta, if you're going after exclusives, then you can help the data by doing it after you get the copy of your beta characters over.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, you get paid more gold, so that's another thing.
True. More keys you open, the more gold you get.
No, I mean exclusive is extra paid.
Well, it's 15 flat, whether or no matter how many exclusives you get.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
It'll all be in the rules again.
it'll be in the rules again. All right, precursor roll. Here we go.
Let's go. The bard. Don't spoil it. I want to see him this one.
Kaha.
Kaja. Kaja. Yeah. And now
Cool.
the
Thanks for
biggest
asking,
one.
Bovan. All right, the granddaddy.
The Frostfang.
Alrighty, Brad, the bard is what I meant.
Brad.
Don't worry about
Brad.
Nice Brad.
it. And
You
the
doxing
winner
that person?
is no spoilers, no spoilers. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that was close. Oh,
He'll be so sad if he knows he looks at
Oh,
this.
no.
He's bad.
He's gonna be
Oh, man.
salty. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, Scythe, so close. Yeah.
So, oh, he's here.
I
The
thought
wheel
he
has
might be there.
spoken, my dude. The
Oh,
wheel has spoken.
but it'll be a big old
Oh.
congrats to Crisis. So,
Yep.
alrighty. Thanks to everybody who showed up, and a bigger thanks to everyone who participated. We're really excited to share the data with folks and to announce the next event when we hash out all the rules and such. So, awesome. Anything you guys want to add?
I'm happy that people took part in it. I hope to see you again.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd say the same. I'm looking forward to this data, and it sounds like we are gonna more seriously consider doing a second one. So be
Yeah.
on the lookout for that information, and feel free to share it with friends. Because if we get larger numbers, we'll get bigger prizes.
More
Mhm.
legendaries. More legendaries. Come on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can maybe put a legendary at 250 and try to go for 250.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be a good
That might
idea.
be a good goal. If we got 145, if we include my entries, which obviously I'm not on the wheel, you guys can check the VOD. But if that's more than halfway there. If everybody
Yeah.
who
Mhm.
participates either gets an alt account or tells a friend,
Or tells a friend, or
or
tells
tells a
another
friend,
community. You know.
exactly. You know,
You know how
we
it
could really
works.
blow this shit up.
Yep.
All right,
You can
cool.
get banned by ArenaNet.
For adding transparency to their business practices. No, ANET's a good company. They did a really good extra live stream. I feel bad shitting on them right now. So
Yeah, no, they did good today,
they did real good.
and
They did
and
good.
so far the for a loot chest, it's looking like it's a very favorable loot chest compared to other games.
Yeah,
Like
I mean
for
I've
what
been
it
playing
is, it's
Genshin
actually a really
Impact. It's like a 90, 75 to 90 pulls for
oh, that didn't come
for
out
a
well.
guaranteed 5-star pull, and then our averages so far are like 20, 30. So, alrighty. Well, I think that'll do. Gonna close up the stream.
Yep. We got everything done.
We did it.
And
We
now
did
we
it,
are
Reddit.
waiting for the next one.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, everybody, and thanks again.
Ciao.
Have a good one.